Hello, guys. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Welcome to February 14th or Valentine's Day for some. Welcome. Say hello as you are popping on. We are getting ready to get things crack-a-lackin'. So make sure you grab a notebook and grab a pen. I really am in like my newbie vibe. I really want to help the newer person or the person that feels like they are on the struggle bus of making money online. And if you're newer to my world or my community, I don't just talk about making money online. I talk about sustainability. I talk about creating milestones and building foundations where your business can become a reliable source of revenue and of profits and of income into your pockets. So I talk real business talk. I help people start looking at this whole internet thing as like a real business and not just something we're throwing together to start making some money. I don't follow a lot of the trends. I'm not here to teach you how to do what is working for right now. I am here to tell you what has been working for all of the time that I have been online. And if you ever want to throw the trends in there, then you absolutely can. But it doesn't mean that your business, I don't want anyone to think they have to rely upon a lot of these trends. Oftentimes these trends, they're just capitalizing on a trend. They're just capitalizing on, a hot moment. And believe it or not, more money is actually made. Please make a note of this. This is so good right now. More money is made selling people on a trend than there are people that invest into the trends that don't make money. So it's like if something, is really, really hot right now, for example, faceless marketing, I get it, but it's a joke to capitalize on it because for all of these years online, there's been so many businesses. There's businesses right underneath our nose that are literally faceless brands. Any store that you potentially buy online, they're faceless. There's so many. But instead, what we've gotten people to think is that, oh, there's something wrong with me, or because I'm an introvert, or we start planting these ideas in people's heads that they need something extra. And so we sell them on something extra. And it's like with anything. And I really, really hope that you don't think this is a rant, but I've only been online for 16 years. The same things that have been working for me for 16 years and when I first got started are the same things that are working for me now. The industry is notorious, right, for planting in people's minds that there's something wrong with them and that they need to invest into a fix in order to make money. So if you're not making money because you're deathly afraid of doing videos or putting your face out there, right, let's sell you a whole idea around faceless content. Or let's sell you a whole idea around doing business this way when these business models have always been around. If you can just learn digital marketing and the business of online business, like you develop these skills, then you can decide to work your business any way that you want to. You don't need to go out there and invest an extra $500 or $600 to learn faceless marketing strategies. All you got to do is just decide to build your business the way that you want to build it with good old fashioned sound digital marketing strategy. Like, let me know if this is making too much sense. And so I show up on my channel because I hear the stories all the time, all the time of people that have invested their money in ways that they wish they would not had, and they didn't get anything from it. Meanwhile, right, the people that are promoting these trends and making people feel like there's something wrong with them, right, that are selling these things, they're the ones making money where the person, it's not about the tactic that they need. Oftentimes people just got to get over themselves. Like they just have to decide, I'm going to make money. And that's what I want more newer people to realize is out of all of the steps that I share, everything that I share, please hear me on this. It was a simple decision that I was going to win and make money, period. It was a simple decision that when someone says like, this is what's working for me, I didn't second guess it and wonder if it could work for me. I said, okay, bet, then that's what I'm going to do. I guess I was gullible enough to believe that if other people were already winning out there, that I could win for myself. Therefore, I didn't see any other solution or any other outside of winning at this thing. Like I knew this would be my new way of life. And believe it or not, just that fine little tweak makes such a big difference, right? In those that go on and decide to win at this thing and those that perpetually like fail or they're spinning out. because it's not ever just in the steps. It literally is in the way that we approach our business. And so again, so much of what I share like tonight, right? Here's how I knew that this online business would work for me. When I share this with you, I hope that you're able to kind of like read between the lines and really get like, okay, like I understand now what worked for her. It's not just the steps, but it's how she saw the steps. It's how she saw herself in the steps. It's how she knew that it was impossible to fail. Like those are the things I want you to pull out of this, because I think more and more newer people, or those that have been on the struggle bus, like that's the realizations that so many people need, right? In order to get them to a place of feeling empowered and in control inside of their business. I really hope this is making sense. So hello, her digital lemonade. Hey, hello, Marissa. Oh, thank you so much, cute sweater. No, it's an obnoxious sweater. I saw it. I'm like, I gotta have it for the 14th. I gotta have it for Valentine's Day. So again, today we're going to talk about how I knew this online business, right? This whole thing would actually work for me, and how I actually knew the best online business for me. So if you are newer and you feel like you are trying to figure this thing out because there's so much information out there, I'm hoping that I can lead you in a really, really solid path and get you to kind of like see the light in terms of what this is all about, so that you can begin like navigating your own path and being in control of your own journey. All right. One of the biggest things that I will share with you that I think more people need to know right up front, and then we're going to dive into the notes that I actually have, is the fact that the amount of money that we make is in direct correlation or a direct result of the people that we help. So we've got to get our businesses set up sooner versus later to begin helping people, because that's where the money actually comes from. Period. End of discussion. Like there's no other discussion or conversation around like why people make money and why some people don't. If we want to make more money, right, to me, the solution has always been then go help more people. Right. So this is why I go live and I do videos and I'm prolific the way that I am. And I just decide to run my own race in my lane, because I know that there is a share of the population that I am supposed to help. And if I get myself out there and help my share of the population, then there's going to be a portion of that share that will pay me for products and services and offers. Right. And that will be reflective of, again, the volumes of people that I'm able to help, or the level at which I'm serving at. So when you listen to what I'm going to share with you tonight, I want in the back of your head, again, those thoughts. All right. Can you make the decision? And number two, can you understand that if at any time you feel like you're not making all the money that you desire to make, or you don't know why you're not making money, all you got to simply ask yourself, well, how many people did I help this week? Right. Or how many people did I help last month? And that should get you off your booty and get you to into a way where you are beginning to help people. And everyone can help someone, no matter what level you are in this, no matter where you are, like on your journey, you can begin helping people. I started helping people from day one of jumping on YouTube, which was just days after buying that little ebook that I bought way back in 2007. And 3 days into it, I made my first sale. 30 days, 28 sales, because I helped people see something that they needed to see and gave them the desire to want to buy what I was selling. I didn't make money for any other reason outside that I offered something that people thought was helpful. And I had the spirit of wanting to go out there and really help people. I really hope this makes sense, because I know for a fact that the majority of people, again, we'll say this real quickly, because I have to remind myself of this sometimes when I know that I am sharing things that might not be favorable, or that might not be the hypey thing that people want to hear as it pertains to making money online. But those that actually hear this and apply it to their business and or begin to look at things differently, things will actually change. The masses are not winning. The masses are failing. The masses that are attempting to make money online, I'm not even just talking about business as a whole, that are desiring to make money online, that are trying to make money online, the masses are screwed up. The masses are not winning. So we can't do what the masses are doing. That is why I know I have to share what I know when it comes to making money and building an online business that's different than the majority of people. That's different than the masses. because out of the volumes of people that will hear this, again, there'll be a percentage that will get their wake-up call that, hey, all this time I've been doing what the masses are doing. I've been investing my money like the masses invest. I've been allocating my time like the masses allocate their time. I've been making excuses like the masses make excuses. Y'all, let me tell you something. 2024 was a year, and I hope this can help someone. I had no idea I was going to share this. We all have our own unique struggles. I had to get off of social media because I realized that the majority of my relationships on social media, where I thought it really was like a win-win friendship or win-win relationship, was not. That I was the person that was always responding. I was the person always bending. I was the person where you only contacted me when you wanted me to join your deal or to look at your deal or to invest in your deal. It was never, hey girl, this pisses me off right now, even sharing this so much, but I have to. Right? Because I want you to understand the space that I'm in 2024, right? And like why I'm so like, just like so passionate and so directional with what it is that I do, because it's friggin' my time. This is my time. And I think this is what winning looks like. And more people need to know what winning looks like and what it feels like. This is my time. It's not about me bending to anybody else. But I had to wake up and I realized that the majority of my relationships were relationships where I was the one bending, where I was the one, where I'm so awesome, right? This is what I'm so awesome to come after me to promote your deal. But when was the last time you were like, girl, I see you rocking out there, right? What can I buy from you? How can I support your business? Or just up and just buying something from me. I needed that wake-up call. But at the same time, that wake-up call allowed me to be a lot more truthful within my community, with those that I mentor and coach, right? It allowed me to be more truthful because I realized that oftentimes enough of us are not hearing the truth and we're just being pandered to. We're just being told like what we want to hear. And again, that's very much so a masses mentality. It's what the masses want. It's what the masses are doing. Right. And so if we want something different, if we're saying like, I want to go from not knowing nothing about making money online to, $10,000 months this year, right? 6 figures this year. Well, boo-boo, all I know is that if you keep doing and approaching things the way the masses have and the masses are, or the way that you've been doing it, which is probably very akin to the masses, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. So I know that a lot of the things that I share can be polarizing. But the fact of the matter is, those that understand it and receive it, they will attack their business differently. They will navigate their business different. They will approach their business different. And guess what? They will, in fact, get a different result. So like, I understand, right? Like I understand that a lot of things I say, it's not in favor of what everyone else is saying. But I don't want the people that become acquainted with me to do what other people are doing. I don't want you to do what other people are doing. And if I don't like throw those like that correction out there, then you'll never know and you'll think it's okay. Right? And the fact of the matter is, if we do what the masses do, we get what the masses get. If we decide, again, they're zigging, I'm going to zag. And to me, like that's how I feel. Like I feel this time in my life, I'm zagging. And it's not about intentionally offending anyone. Right? But if I'm not sharing my truth and speaking my truth, and this is not in any kind of like unapologetic way, that's not me whatsoever. But there are just things that I know, right? There are just things that I've experienced. There are just things that I know for a fact are the right ways to think about and navigate our business. And there are just some things that are not about feelings and emotions. They just are. Right? And if we can begin to think about our business differently and approach it differently, and I know sometimes, with all of this feminine, masculine movement, we want to get caught up in a lot of this stuff that really does not mean anything. But I'm just going to be real with you. If I had to follow anyone into a successful business and follow someone's guidance, it's going to likely be a man, because they take the emotions out of it and they just get to work. They do what needs to be required. That's just the season I'm in. I'm not here for a bunch of the foo-foo. I'm here, let's figure out what the work is that needs to be done, and let's do the doggone work. Let's not make it about anything more than it needs to be made about. And I think that's a message that more women, right, need to hear out there as well. What's the work that's required? and let's just do the doggone work. And let's take everything else out of it. And a lot of you guys know that have hung out with me, right? Going to 2024, what did I say? When I pivoted my business last year, right? I'll be 50 next month. I said, it's personal for me right now. It's personal, right? Which meant I had to look in the mirror. I had to figure out some things, and I had to put my life vest on first. I can be a better leader if I'm saving myself first. If you're newer in this space or you've been on the struggle bus, this is your time to put your life vest on. It's your time to say, like, that's fine. They think that like barely keeping their head above water and like, being on the verge of drowning is okay. But I'm going to put my life vest on because I'm tired of dog pedaling. Like, I'm dog pedaling for my life, right? And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. There's got to be a better way. And someone throws you a life vest. You're like, but none of them have a life vest on. When are you going to put your life vest on? When are you going to decide? It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. What feels like the right thing for you to do, and trust that. And trust that. All right. So let's dive in. All right. Grab your notebook. I'm going to talk about, here's how I knew that this online business would work for me way back in 2007, how I knew that I was diving into the right business model for me. And I think for anyone that is newer in this space or that's on the struggle bus, if you can look and approach your business like this and like find your unique rhythm and flow in it, you'll see a world of difference from the way that from the way that you navigate your business and the results that you actually get. There'll be a lot more clarity. All right. Less overwhelm, way more clarity. So thank you so much. We appreciate you sharing. Her digital lemonade, I had a similar experience, realized I was being used. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And the funny thing is my husband was like, you're just now figuring that out. And I'm like, yeah. I guess I've just always been kind of one of those good people where, hey, you're reaching out to me, right? I must be doing awesome, but I'm not doing awesome enough for you to invest into my business, into my enterprise, and things that I'm selling, right? So, no, there is no relationship. I'm not bending, right? And I have no qualms. Like, I have no qualms in reading someone's message and just not responding. I have no qualms in unfriending people. Right? We don't support each other. Why do we need to be friends? Why? Like, all of these things over the years where it's like forbidden to unfriend people that have been in your world forever. Really? Who says who? Says who? I believe in win-win. And that's what business is. The people that are winning don't keep people around them that are not winning. They don't keep giving to people that are not winning or that don't reciprocate. Right? And part of what I do in business is I want to help people become great leaders, because great leaders make more money as well. Great leaders lead people without even knowing they're leading. Right? They walk the walk and they inspire others to want to walk in that path as well. And that's what I'm going to break down tonight. All right. So here's how I knew the best online business to start, right? Or how I knew this would work for me. First off, the path that you're on right now, do you believe, right, that you're going to make it work? Not that it's going to work for you, but like, do you believe like you are on the path? That's the first thing that you really have to decide, that I'm making this my new way of life. That's what I said when I first got started. And when I made my pivot in 2023, that's what I said as well. This pivot is going to be advantageous for me. This is not a mistake. I am doing the right thing, right? So I was all in on my decision to move forward. In 2007, I was all in when I decided I wanted to learn this stuff so that I could make internet marketing my new way of life. And I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know what it encompassed. I didn't know what I had to learn, what I had to overcome, what I had to figure out. I did not know, but I just knew I was going to make this my new way of life. So really, really important that you get to that place where you realize, hey, you know what? It's not about what I know. It's not about what I might have to overcome, what obstacles I might have to, figure out, what hurdles I might have to go across or climb under, right? It just doesn't matter. But this is going to be my new way of life. I'm telling you, when you approach it that way, your business instantly begins to mold around you. Because now it's not up for negotiation. It's not up for, let's see what happens over the next 90 days. It's simply a journey that you're on, and you're on the journey until. All right. So number one, I knew nothing. Okay. I knew nothing except I wanted to have a business online. So when I was out there searching, I wasn't searching for like how to start any kind of business in particular. I just wanted to learn how to start making money online. I wanted to learn how to have an online business. Right. And so unlike a lot of people, I didn't have like crazy expectations around making money. I didn't have crazy expectations around I'm going to get started and I'm going to start making money really, really fast because, all these people are out there saying they're making money fast. I didn't fall into hype. I didn't fall into inflated income claims. I didn't fall into other people's agendas. I really had a pure and honest desire to learn how to make money online. That was it. Right? What's your desire as you're embarking on this? Again, I'm talking to the newer person, the person that's on the struggle bus, or maybe the person that's circling back around after many years and saying, Steph, I'm ready to get serious about this. These are all people that I encounter every single week. But there are people that are not making $10,000 a month. There are people that would love to get to the first $10,000 in their online business. There are people that want to make, money way more consistently inside of their business. They have no real structure, no real foundation, no real business plan. So what is it that you're really looking for right now? What is it that you really want? What are your expectations? Because until you can take away all the stipulations and just simply say, I'm here, right, to learn this and to apply this stuff and to make this like my new way of life or however you want to word it, you're likely going to be like finding yourself like beating against a wall because there's always going to be something you feel like is letting you down, or it's not working out right, or it's taking you too long, or I didn't know I would need this. And why do I have to buy this? And Steph, you're doing this. Do I have to do this? No one else's journey matters to you. Know what it is that you want to do, where you want to go. And when you're met with opposition, it's not opposition. It's just something you might need for your business. Right? It's just like when you leave your house to go travel somewhere down the road. You don't know whether there's going to be speed bumps. You don't know whether there's going to be traffic or an accident. You don't know whether you're going to be behind someone that just wants to slow poke. It doesn't mean that your journey is any less than the journey, or that getting to the store is any less important, or that you're never going to get there. It's just what you've got to endure for this trip. In your business, are you willing to look at it the same way? That's what I meant in 2007 when I said it doesn't matter what I don't know, what I've got to learn, what I got to overcome, what obstacles come my way. It does not matter. I'm going to figure it all out because I'm going to make this my new way of life. So I feel like I approached my business correctly, right? I didn't allow anyone to like rush me along. I felt like I approached it correctly with the right expectation, and that was to learn this stuff. All right. Number two. Right off the bat, my very, very first investment was I invested in education that began to teach me the ropes. The first thing I invested into planted a really, really great idea of how to make money online with multiple streams of income without like losing your shirt, without going crazy, without being spread out all over the place, but in a very, very systematic way. And so I was eager to get out there and to begin teaching people like what I was beginning to learn, right, about making money online. It was that, there was attraction marketing. Like there were a few things that came into my world right around that time, right? But the thing is, I was learning. I wasn't out there trying to make $1 gazillion overnight. I wasn't trying to replace my income in 90 days, right? Like I wasn't trying to put the cart before the horse. I was eager to learn. So if you have been investing into your business, right, and or you've been struggling, or you're just getting started, number one, let me ask you this question: are you willing to invest in the education? You do realize that free 99 on YouTube is not the solution. It's not the answer. There's not congruency and continuity in information and in guidance. You're going to hear a lot of perspectives, a lot of angles, a lot of direction. I'm not saying any of those are wrong or any of those are right, because I don't know. But you can have 5 people that are making $500,000 a year, right? And each one of them have a different perspective, have a different flow, have a different model. And if you're trying to take bits and pieces of all of these great people that you admire and botch it into one business, right, you're going to be confused. And that's what so many people are doing, right? They're spending more time, more energy, and honestly, more money trying to circle around, right, the thing that they're avoiding, which in this instance could be like something to invest in to teach you everything. They're spending more time, energy, and sometimes money trying to circle around it, and they never end up getting where they want to go. So again, the first thing I did was I decided, or after, going out there and knowing what I was searching for, right, I got the education. And believe it or not, that fueled so much. Okay. So again, we're talking about, here's how I knew this online business would work for me and how I knew that the business that I was beginning to approach was the best business for me. Number 3, I got excited and I knew others needed to know this stuff. This might seem very familiar for anyone that was hanging out last night. As I was learning from this very first thing that I invested in, I got really, really excited because I was thinking about my past and how I had struggled in MLM and network marketing and how I knew I didn't want to be a nurse forever. And I just knew there were other people out there that were either in same situations, wanted something more, wanted an easier button, wanted to, find a way to make this internet stuff work. And I was like, and I felt like I had the thing that could really help people. I felt like I had to get out there and let people know what I was discovering as someone brand new to the internet herself. I knew I wanted to go someplace with this. I knew where I was, and I knew that what I had my hand on for that moment was a great vehicle. And if it could work for me, right? Like if it got my attention, if it got me excited, if it began to teach me the way, then absolutely I knew there had to be other people that needed this as well. Here's one thought that I always used to hold on to. I can't be the only one. Write that down. Literally, right? Like these things just keep coming back to me. That was a thought that I held on to. I can't be the only one. And that gave me so much permission to share my inspirations, my thoughts, my ideas, right? My own struggles, my discoveries, because I'm like, if I'm discovering this, if this is a big deal to me, if I'm excited about this, or if I'm struggling in this way, right? And I found the solution, I cannot be the only one that's struggling in this way. I cannot be the only one that's seeking a solution, or I can't be the only one that is broke as a joke at this age. I would think about all of those things, and I would use those discoveries to get out there and to create content to connect with people that I knew needed to hear what I was going through, what I was sharing, my perspective, all of those things. Okay. So with number 3, I just got excited and I knew others needed to know this stuff. So I referred them to what I was learning from. Please write that down. I just simply referred them to what I was learning from. That's it. You guys, I remember so vividly. I went to my husband when I found, the people on YouTube that I was like, I want to model them. I want to do what they're doing. And I told him, I said, I'm going to start this business, right? Let's go to Walmart. Let's grab a webcam. I had a janky little laptop. I share these things because I just feel like no one has an excuse nowadays. Everyone has it far better than I did in 2007. I hooked up that $38 Logitech webcam to our janky little laptop, plopped it up on our coffee table in our tiny little 2-bedroom apartment, right? And the majority of my videos when I first got started were sitting in front of my couch on the floor with my laptop on the actual table. And that's where I shot the majority of my videos. I just knew that I had something to share. And from the get-go, I was like, I got to get out there every single day. Like I've got to get out there every single day. And that's what I did. And I just simply referred them to this thing that I had discovered, this thing that was helping me so much. And again, you guys, I want to keep rolling back and sharing these steps and what it was like for me, because I know with everything in me, this plan is workable for anyone. For anyone, no matter where you're starting, this plan is workable. This plan is doable because there are no fancy prereqs. I'm not talking about green screen. I'm not talking about fancy backdrops. I'm not talking about any kind of editing. Y'all, I hear people sometimes, they're like, they spend all week preparing, right, to produce a video. Why? You're creating a video for other human beings that just want to have a conversation with you. At least that's what I feel like. Why do I got to go through this big rigmarole? I'm not producing a friggin' video or a movie, right? I'm having a conversation where if I met Keisha locally, the conversation would be the same thing. So why do I got to make it be any more than it needs to be? I think early on, write this down. Like I was okay with just getting out of my way and taking like the path of least resistance. What's going to get me connecting with people sooner versus later? What's going to get people discovering me sooner versus later? And you guys, within my first 30 days, sometime within that first 30 days, along with me making money, when that one gentleman reached out to me and said, Steph, he emailed me or left a comment. I forget what it was. But he said, Steph, he's like, did I miss your upload last night? He's like, when I get home from work, I always check your channel to see what new content you have. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Who was I? Who was I? I was so new. But this was someone that had discovered my channel, and with all of my channel and all of my imperfections, lack of knowledge, lack of guru status, right? Wasn't making a ton of money, was just beginning to make money. He was checking on me every single night before he went to bed to see if I had new content out there. He had gotten in a way of looking forward to it. And so I really believe if more new people can take the path of least resistance and realizing more can really be less to fuel your early beginnings. More can actually be less to fuel your early beginnings. Right? We convince ourselves we need all of this stuff before we get out there. But if we get out there, the likelihood is no one's going to watch those initial videos anyway. So why not just get out there and start doing the thing? Because then as your channel grows, you'll have those earlier videos that will start to be viewed by people. And you'll have your stuff together, right? You'll feel better, right? Again, more when you're getting started oftentimes can mean, or less can mean more to your business, right? Because again, the desire to want to help people overrides, right? Trying to get everything perfect, trying to be perfect, or sitting around trying to get ready to get ready. Remember, making money is just a byproduct of helping other people. So when is it okay? You have to answer this for yourself. When is it okay to simply start helping people? You know, Keisha, when are you qualified to begin helping someone? Megan, when are you qualified to begin helping someone? Her Digital Lemonade, when are you qualified to start helping people? Marissa, when are you qualified to start helping people? When does someone tell us when we're qualified to start helping people? If I just bought the course, like let's say last week, I already know I'd be way more than qualified to begin helping other people, because at best, as a best first step, I could be an amazing tour guide, right? I could just be talking about my excitement, me making this investment, how I believe where this is going to take me, where I look to be in the next 100 days, right? What I'm learning, what I'm going through right now. I wouldn't care I didn't have my site set up. I'd be like, I'm setting up my site. I'm so excited. Let me tell you what I learned today. I learned about domain names, or I learned about autoresponders, or I learned about, this. I would just be taking people through the steps. I wouldn't have a fear of, well, I can't make money because my site's not up or my capture page is not up. I would just be getting out there wanting to help people. But again, for me, that I could fire underneath my butt to, in fact, get my system set up. And you guys, here's the fun thing, all right? In the digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights that I sell, that's the fun thing, is that so many people that know nothing about this are going right to module number 10 and getting their system set up within a day or two. Like, you don't have to make this any more complicated. You don't have to go the fancy route. You don't have to create it yourself. Just go to module number 10. Follow those videos and get your system set up. It's called minimal viability. If you want to change things up or get fancier down the road, get fancier down the road, right? But plug into what's easy to plug into right now, right? So that you can begin helping people. And again, like, my job in my business is to help people go fast, to help people make money, to help people get out of this exactly what they want to get out of it. The speed that you want to go at is always going to be the speed that you want to go at, right? And I'll never override that. I will never override the speed at which someone wants to go. But every single day I am showing up for the person that's been out there searching, that's ready, that wants to go fast, that wants the direction, right? And again, I'm going to share how I got started fast, because I don't think anyone's like, no, Steph, show me how to go slow. Show me how to take an entire year to do this thing. I don't think anyone wants me to share that. I don't know what hope that would give anyone, but here's the good news. If you want to take all year to get set up, you can, and there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. That's just the path and the journey, right, that you're on for yourself, right? But again, going back to my little rant earlier in the thing, no, 2024, I know what I'm here for. And there's just way too many people that are struggling and failing that I know want to discover that easier button to get started faster. Right? Yes, her digital lemonade, right? Building in public and sharing about it. Yes. Yes. Like that is how her digital lemonade had someone like getting on her nerves while she was building her site because she kept saying, are you ready? Are you ready? Can I buy? Can I buy? Can I buy? What a good problem to have. Again, because like on day one of going through the course, right, she started seeing the possibilities for other people. And she instantly started putting other people onto it by just the idea of what she had her hands on as she understood the need was there. So then she had people that were like, can I buy? Can I buy? Can I buy? Can I buy? She's like, girl, like chill, let me get this set up. That's what building in public will do for you. Again, everyone has a choice. Right? I just want to share how if you've ever sat there and you're like, I would love to do what you do. I would love to have those kind of early beginnings. This is what I did. This was my thought process. These were my action steps. This is how I navigated my business, how I attacked my business, how I showed up in my business. And had I had this digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights in 2007 versus, right, like the smaller little ebook and the things, because it started with one ebook and one system, and then I had to keep learning new things. So it's like I was piecemealing my education and my knowledge and my skill base together over months and even years. I had shiny object syndrome, so I couldn't settle down. So anyone that suffers from shiny object syndrome, you're not going to win that way. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. I had to piecemeal everything together. Had I had this course, I've said it a few different times. One instance I said I would have did 6 figures my first year. Another time I said I would have did 6 figures in like for sure my first 2 or 3 years. But I'm going to tell you, hand on heart, knowing what I know now and how I'm sharing it with you guys, again, with my experience now, right? Had I had this, I would have done, again, 6 figures in my first year. Here's the missing element. And had I had someone that would help me navigate it and paint the expectation, that's so much why I do what I do now. Because her digital lemonade, I want to create a shorter path for you, right? Keisha, I want to create that shorter path for you. I want to share that shorter path, right? I don't only want to give you something I did not have when I first got started in terms of this course, but I also want to give you the instructions and the guidance and my mistakes and things that I know for a fact held me back. Being all over the place, investing in a gazillion different things, having shiny object syndrome, thinking the grass is greener on the other side, right? All of these things, imposter syndrome, all of those things will only hold you back. When I say if you can settle in with this course and gain the knowledge, develop the skills, and find a routine to fall into on a daily basis of sharing your journey, that's all I'm doing today, you guys, is sharing my journey. I feel like all of my videos, I'm sharing my journey, and then I give people an invitation to buy the solution that I know will help them. To buy the solution that I know will help them. That is it. And I just believe if I can build an army, a tribe of people that see it the same way, oh my gosh, I believe we could change so many lives in 2024 all by itself. Because that's all that it is. I would love to hit 6 figures by the end of 2024, and you can do it. That's the thing. Like knowing that it's available to you, knowing that it's possible for you, knowing that all it takes is her digital lemonade saying, I made the decision, right? I'm doing 6 figures. In 2024, I'm doing $100,000, no less. And then do all the work around it, do the math, right? Put together the game plan, know it's going to work, have that knowing that it's going to work, have the knowing that every single customer to support your 100,000 is already out there, knowing that you have the resources, right? Knowing that you have the people, you have the tools, you have everything. And then it's just the toughest part, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, like, are we going to really be about this, right? Candace, are we really going to be about this? It's doing that on a daily basis. right? Are you going to let cramps stop you? Are you going to let a headache stop you? Are you going to let a bad conversation stop you? Are you going to let an argument? Are you going to let, kids, whatever? Are you going to let pets? It does. Having that conversation every day, right, is that missing element for so many people. Because once you attack the fact that, wait a second, I have everything, right? I have the information, I have the education, I have the steps, I have the mentorship. For those of y'all that are rocking with me, you have the mentorship. Right? You have everything that I know had I had, including me. Had I had someone like I did have really great mentors, but so many of my mentors had shiny object syndrome. So many of my mentors hopped around all over the place. Like, where do you think I got it from? I was doing, again, what the masses were doing. I thought that was the way to build an audience and keep selling them different stuff and just hop around. Not the way. Let's build community. Right? Let's build safe havens for people where they can feel safe and supported, where they can grow, where they can have continuity of information, of education, of game plans, of frameworks, continuity. Believe it or not, that is important. Number 4. I still remember number 3 was I got excited and I knew others needed to know this stuff, so I referred them to it. 3rd day, first sale, 30 days, 28 sales. Write that down if you need inspiration. Because what would, one sale in your first 3 days look like from commitment? I don't know when you're going to commit. From commitment. And what would 28 sales look like in your first 30 days? And I don't care about the price point. Because I am so convinced that, and here I'm going to share this, you guys. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The reason I'm so convinced I could have did 6 figures my very first year had I had all of this in 2007 is because I had the energy. I had the momentum. I had the people willing to follow me. I had the people willing to invest in the things that I was selling, right? I was building the community. I had people that trusted me. I had people that would take my recommendation. Like I had it all. And so I know, again, I'm telling you, like this framework will help you build that momentum. If you recognize the times that we're in where most people are not being supported, most people don't have community, most people don't have a place to turn up on Tuesdays and ask for guidance and feedback and questions and just be supported or just show up to listen in. They don't have a mentorship hub where things are just given to them. They're all by themselves trying to figure this stuff out. So when you know you have everything and now everything's just riding on you taking action, well, guess what? And you create this kind of environment for people or leverage my environment for people, you stand out amongst the masses. You're offering something that most people are out there like thirsty for, they're hungry for, they're desiring, and they can't find it. Y'all, I read the comments, not in my own videos, in other people's videos. Do you have a Facebook group where we can ask questions? No, I don't have a Facebook group. My energy is not even wired for that, right? But the things that I know I can do, I have for people. People are out there yearning for help. They're yearning. And I'm not saying hand-holding, because I don't think I attract people that need hand-holding. They're just yearning for, if I have a question, will someone be there beyond the sale? Right? Are you just about making sales? Or are you really about helping people win? We can have it all. We can be about it all. Right? So again, I know when we create that kind of environment in our individual businesses, by just sharing your journey, you create that environment for people, because what you're saying is, I'm willing to tell you what's working for me so that you can model it. Not many people are really being truthful about that. So number 4, I got paid first because I simply led with excitement and others wanted in. I didn't lead with what I knew. I didn't lead with my expertise. I didn't lead with lies about making money. I didn't lead with lies about my business growing. I led with sheer excitement for what I had discovered. And people wanted in. And they bought from me. And many of them bought over and over and over again and rode with me for quite some time. So I made money pretty effortlessly off of genuine excitement. That newbie general excitement of, I can't believe what I found. Someone write that down. I can't believe what I found. Yes, Keisha, and it's doable. Like that's so doable. $10,000 a month, no less than 10K a month. So doable. Once you get there, you're going to realize it's harder to go below that, and you're not going to feel like you're fighting every single month to get there. I can't tell you how many months over my years where I've hit bigger numbers and I'm like, I didn't even realize that was happening. Like, when did that happen? Because again, I was just doing my work. I was just working my business and I wasn't like striving. I had a flow. I had a rhythm. I would do certain things. I would get certain results. And I kept doing more of the things that were working for me. And it's just what I did. It's just what I did, right? And so I got the results, much like 2007. I don't even think I realized what a big deal 28 sales was in my first 30 days. It wasn't until much later when I began to share my story and I went back and I wanted to recount my journey. I'm like, wow, like I was pretty dope as a new person. But I was dope for the right reasons because I was down for people. All right. So I made money because people trusted me, because I had genuine excitement, because I really wanted to help people. All right. Number 5, I didn't have any preconceived ideas. I just wanted to learn. The preconceived ideas about how fast you should make money, how fast this should take, kills so many businesses before they even get started. So instead of learning and taking action, you're worried about why you're not making money. You're worried about why you generated 10 leads and no one bought. Instead of just learning and honing and mastering and getting out there and sharing your journey and wanting to help people. Because again, making money is simply a byproduct of the people that you're helping. If people aren't buying from you, they don't find you helpful. They don't find you useful. They don't want what you have to offer for one reason or another. When you realize that every single penny transacted in your business is at the service of someone else, you'll start servicing other people. You'll start helping other people. That's just the way it is. You're making no money. You're helping nobody. You're serving no one, because selling is the highest version of serving. Like, that's such a rude awakening. So anytime I'm like, I want to, grow exponentially, how can I help more people? Right? How can I really, really help more people? And you guys, that's really how I settled on being so good about my mentorship community. Because at first I was like, girl, you're too good at what you do to be giving away your mentorship, right, for a $500 price point. But then I was like, but the people need it. And this is helpful and it's useful and no one else is doing it like this. And I just realized I'll make more money by being helpful and useful in this way. It just made sense. So I put my ego to the side because we all can have it. And I realized, no, I'm going to help people. I'm going to be a really dope mentor. I'm going to help people. I'm going to really, really help people. I'm not going to put this inflated, price tag on it like I know I could, like I have in the past. No, I'm really going to help people. And the cream out there, you're going to love this. And I'm just going to allow the cream to rise to the top. Really what I'm doing is I'm taking away the excuses for so many people that are saying, I'm losing because I don't have anyone there for me. No one's helping me. I have no guidance. I have no mentorship. I'm taking those excuses away. And I believe that we have something here where the cream, right, is motivated and inspired and has a space to rise to the top. So you want to make more money? Be of greater service to other people. Help more people. And yes, that could be right in your free content. That's all that I did starting out. Right? As I created the value in my free content that made people want to buy what it was that I was selling, period. I didn't have conversations with people. They weren't calling me. They were buying from me because they found my content and my information useful. Right? So again, here's how I knew this online business would work for me. How I knew this was the best business model. Again, a foundation of learning, you guys. Not a foundation of get something set up and I want to make money fast, or jumping into a biz op and, I didn't come into it with a money mindset like that. I wanted this to eventually become my new way of life, but I understood the learning had to come first. The learning and the action taking, right? 6, okay? Because I didn't have any preconceived ideas, I was focused on learning, okay? Number 7, without even realizing it, y'all, this was my money play right here. Without even realizing it, I had an online business that was centered around helping others start an online business for themselves. And that was not my intention. Not so fast. It was not my intention. Now, within my first few days, I did say to myself, Steph, you've got to get this for yourself so you can turn right back around and begin helping other people. But I didn't realize how fast my business was centered around helping other people who wanted to start an online business. Because who was I? I was brand new at all of this. And the majority of people that bought from me were people that were on the struggle bus. That's bananas. That's bananas to me, even to this day when I think about it. But that's good news for each and every one of you, because that means if you have a really dope solution and you know it's helpful and useful and you have a genuine excitement that more people need this and you get out there and you share it in that way, there are going to be people that have been in this thing longer than you that are on the struggle bus or that haven't been able to figure it out, and they're going to be inspired by what you're sharing and they'll buy from you. Right? So get out of your head, who are you? And recognize the fact of what you have to help people. And people will buy from you. So like I said, without even realizing it, I was like, I had a whole business that was centered around helping people get started in their online business. All right. I was literally helping people do the things that I was just learning. In my second, 30 days, I learned that I needed a capture page. And I had to start building my own email list. So I went out there on Google and I learned how to do it. And within a week, I had my whole capture page system set up. And guess what I was doing a week or two later? I was doing conference calls, right? Teaching my people how to create capture pages. I was teaching them how to do YouTube videos. Do you see? I made myself helpful. I made myself useful. I helped people do what I had learned and discovered how to do for myself just weeks prior. I didn't need a prereq to qualify myself to help people, right? If a 5-year-old learns how to tie their shoe, doesn't mean they've got to wait 5 years to help another person learn how to tie their shoe. If they learn how to tie their shoe on Tuesday, can they go to school on Wednesday and help another kid learn how to tie their friggin' shoe? If we just don't overcomplicate this, you realize how big and expansive it is out there. If you had the guts to invest $500 into yourself today, can you turn around and inspire someone tomorrow to go invest $500 into themselves that might be struggling with it? Yes. Each one, reach one, teach one. Each one, reach one, teach one. All you got to do is be one step ahead of people that you want to help. Them see you as being helpful and useful and want to go where you're going or want to learn from you or want to learn from what you've invested in. And you begin to build a buyer space. I wish I could tell you guys, I hope this works for you, but these were my steps as I was just getting started. Right? These were my steps long before y'all knew anything about me. These were my steps. These were my results long before I even knew what the heck I was doing. And even with all this trending crap now, these are still the steps. These are still why people buy from me. Number 8, so many people get and stay stuck, right? And lost in their ideas and they never start. Don't let that be you. The steps that I break down for you, they help you avoid that. By realizing being one step ahead of those you want to serve and help is good enough. They don't know perfection. They don't know next levels. They could be out there right now searching for help. And because you're too caught up in yourself and where you're not and all you got to do, you're not in position to help them. Write this down. And I want you to ask yourself this every single day. And you just might realize why I go live, why I shoot videos, why I email my list, why I'm so doggone prolific. Why I do office hours, why I have a mentorship hub, why I give. And yes, I am popping my doggone collar in this instance because I know I'm rare out there. But this is a question I ask myself almost every day. What do I need to do, give, or create to help my ideal person? Whatever I come up with, that's what I do. Or I put plans in place to implement it, whatever. What do I need to do, give, or create? And I make space in my business to do it. I don't overcomplicate it. And literally, you guys, by working with people the way that I work with them, it makes my business better because I get to understand people better, why they make their buying decisions, where they're struggling, why they want to get started, the questions that they have. Because everything about my business is for my ideal person. If I don't know them, how can I serve them? So every single day imagine if you did that every single day for your spouse, for those of you guys that are married, right? What can I do today? What can I do, give, or create for my husband today to make his day incredible, to make this the best day of his life? What can I do, give, or create? Right? If you have a best friend, right, and you want to make them feel special for the day, what can I do, give, or create? If you want to be a better employee, right, what can I do, give, or create? Right? To like show my boss that I am made for this position, right? That I am the employee of the year. But then again, we don't, whole other topic, we don't ask enough questions though. We don't ask enough questions. If we sat and asked ourselves more questions, we would come to better conclusions, right? About how to navigate our lives as a whole. And we would make those decisions and we would look up, and then our life would be a sum total of those really great decisions that back the really great questions that we asked that led to really great answers. And we would likely have maybe no debt. We would have great savings accounts. We would have great relationships, right? We would have dream jobs. We would have amazing businesses. But most of us are just doing. Instead, we have people that are retiring, right? That shouldn't have retired. We have people that are coming up against retirement, not ready to retire. People that have worked their whole lives, no savings. These are harsh realities, but I'm 49 years old. I can speak like this. I can talk like this because I know it's a reality. And I don't believe it's too late for anyone. You could be 49, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s, and decide, you know what? This is my comeback year, whatever that might mean for you. This is my comeback year. Right? I'm doing $1 million over the next 2 years. I'm doing $1 million over the next 3 years. I'm doing $1 million this year. Right? $10,000 a month is my norm. Create your comeback plan. Create your breakthrough plan. Whatever you want to call it. Right? You can do it. You can start from wherever you are right now. And I'm telling you, the plans that I share with you, the plans that work for me, which are all the same, I've just shared it differently. And really, they all started up here, just a way that I thought of approaching my business, which got me the outcomes that it's gotten me over the years. A way that I approach my pivot in 2023, that's gotten me so far along so fast. Number 9, I simply wanted to learn, and that's what got me to 6 figures. I just simply wanted to learn. Again, no, I had no money expectations. I simply wanted to learn. And again, as I was learning, my business was turning into an environment to help other people that wanted to learn how to start online businesses. I didn't seek to be a coach. I didn't seek to be any of those things. But I quickly became a mentor. I quickly became a coach to other people. I quickly became the helper to help other people. I quickly became the person who was having the conference calls every single night when I first got started to help people and to sell our product. I wanted to learn, and I wanted to help other people get off the struggle bus. And isn't that funny? Like, everything's full circle, because where am I now? Where am I at right now? Because this digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights is like the perfect opportunity to help people, right, in this way. To help people that are willing to take that first step and invest in themselves. It's the perfect resource. It's the perfect tool. It's the perfect access point to help people that want to learn how to make money online, how to get set up for online business success, how to create something sustainable, how to acquire the knowledge, develop the skills, how to set themselves up for long-term sustainable success, how to go out there and get exponential growth, right? Financial growth in a very short period of time if you want to. It's been done. It's being done. People are constantly doing it. It's just you making the decision, right? What you want to do with this and what you want to get out of this. So when I think about like, here's how I knew this online business would work for me, because I was like, if this is as easy as it gets to be, I get to learn, I get to apply, and I get to reinforce that in the lives of others that want to learn how to make money online. Well, this is easy. This just makes sense. And I'm going to tell you this right here, because again, my job is to help you short your learning curve. I could be so much further along right now had I not lost sight of that throughout the years. Real talk. I could be so much further along, and I'm not poo-pooing where I am. I feel so doggone blessed. Had I not lost sight of what I've shared with you here along my journey. But it's like I told my girl Barbie, who's been in the space about the same length of time as I have. I said, but I wouldn't trade any of that, because I would not want to risk, right? Like not ending up who I am now. If it took all of that to love who I am now and to feel so confident with where I am now, then it was all for a reason, and I'm good with it. If I can help more people now, because I did go through all of that, and all of that can be an experience or a journey I can share to help more people now, then it was worth it. And I know I'm a much better person because I went through all of those things as well. But this right here, you guys, is the path. I'm so glad you needed to hear this, Keisha. I'm so glad. You guys, so with everything coming full circle, like this is why I offer the learn and earn opportunities that I do in my business now, because there's nothing greater than you taking responsibility for what you must learn, not what you could learn or what you should learn, what you must learn to get out of this what you want to get out of this. So think about just for a second what you want out of this. Get real with yourself. So you guys, the moment, and my kids were little when I started my online business, but for years when I was in MLM and network marketing and I was pursuing entrepreneurship in many ways, I kept lying to myself. And I said, right, I want to get my business going because, I don't ever want to have to tell my kids no. I was saying like all of the cliche things, right? I allowed myself to believe that my business success was about my kids. And one day I just had a rude awakening. I don't know where, right? But I was like, Steph, you're not telling the truth. And I remember I got real with myself one day. This was about 2008, 2009. And I said, no, I want to be successful to prove to myself that I can do this. Like I just got rogue with it. I was like, I want to be successful because I want to prove that I can do this, and I can be a successful entrepreneur. And I was like, because if I can do that, then my kids are a natural benefactor of all this great stuff. My husband, a benefactor of all of this. And that's when, again, kind of like what I told y'all with where I am now, it's personal for me. It's about me putting my life vest on, because I can't help anyone else, right? If I don't have this figured out for myself, or if I am barely keeping my head above water. And so one of the first things I want you to do is get really, really honest about what you want out of this. Like, what is this thing that drives you? Do you feel like, you didn't go hard enough in life? And you're like, I want to prove that I can friggin' do this. I want to prove that I can rack up a 1099 of $100,000 or more, that I can have income that's not job dependent. The moment you get really, really real about what you want out of this, and it's not cliche, it's not industry talk, is the moment literally like you will likely step into a space, if you're wired anything like me, where you begin to move and navigate and treat your business differently, because now it's personal. And it's not, I'm doing this so I don't let down other people. At some point, it's just got to be personal. But then when you realize if I make it personal, and that's the driving factor that perpetuates the success that I want, then everyone's lives that matters around me is made better anyways. So it makes more sense to get to the bottom of what it is you really want, allow that to be your driving factor, and know that everything else is going to be a-okay, right? Because now you're real about it. Because now you're real about it. Guys, so it's so important if you're going to navigate these webs to make money and to build something. Shannon, I'm so glad that you love it. I'm glad that you're here. All right, you've got to make your mind up that you're going to learn digital marketing. It's non-negotiable. It's not something cute. It's what it takes to survive in these internet streets. You got to learn digital marketing, and you got to learn the business of online business. You have to learn, right, how to use the internet as a place for business. You've got to learn how to use platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, right? Just pick one, but you got to learn how to use these platforms as a place of business. You've got to learn how to set up digital real estate for yourself, where people can give their information and you can acquire and build your own email list of leads. Right? You've got to set up digital real estate where people are every single day going over to your website and evaluating what you are selling, right? And they have the potential to buy from you. You've got to learn how to get set up that way online. You've got to learn how to have payment processors where people can take out their debit or credit card and do business with you like they would do business with any major retailer. Right? We teach you all of that within this course. You guys, there are people that are walking around right now that just want to learn how to get payment processors set up. They want to learn just how to accept payments because they don't know. There are so many people, and this is not derogatory, but they're running around blind. They don't know, but they have the desire and they don't know where to start. This digital marketing course not only gives you access to the knowledge and helps you develop the skills, but it also introduces you to a world of opportunity. So whether you want to take what you learn and create your own opportunities in terms of turning your ideas into products, ideas into offers, ideas into services, I've done it all. Or whether you're like, you know what, Steph, I love the plan that you shared. And let me tell you why the plan I shared worked so well for me. Is because much like this digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights, I didn't know what I wanted to promote. I didn't know what I wanted to sell. I didn't get started for that reason. I knew I needed to learn, and that's what I was seeking. So when I luck up on something that's teaching me some fundamental strategies of making money online, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you can sell this ebook to other people. I didn't have to wonder what I was going to sell. I didn't have to try to create something. I literally got to turn right back around and start selling that thing so fast. So I got to hone, write this down. This should be reason enough to decide to come into this course. I got to hone the biggest skill that's necessary to make money online. My money-making skills, right? My marketing skills. Because the only thing I had to focus on from the day that I committed to selling that ebook as my product for the time being was getting out there every single day and doing my daily marketing. That's all I had to do. And let me tell y'all something. This is how my mind works. This is why you want to come into my mentorship. Like, I'm a mad woman when it comes to strategy, and I was a mad woman then and didn't even know it. This was my strategy as I was just getting started. And keep in mind, I had no knowledge of any of these things. So I had the thing that I was selling. I knew I was going to use YouTube because I was inspired by what I saw other people using. So I set my YouTube up from scratch, brand new. It was nothing more than just signing up for free. No big deal, right? Signing up for free. And there was another social media platform, and it was a paid platform for people in business. We used to have a lot of those things back then. We don't have them so much now. But that's actually the platform that I had found this ebook. Okay. And so when I was trying to figure out like how I wanted to get started, I was like, oh, this is brilliant. I said, I'm going to start a 100-day to prosperity journey. And every day I'm going to upload a new video to YouTube sharing my journey. Now, when I upload that video to YouTube, I'm also going to post that video in this paid social media community, right? Like on my feed. It was kind of like a feed or a timeline. I don't know what it was, but you could post on there. And so that's what I did. Number one, I created an excuse to run my business daily, a 100-day to prosperity challenge. That gave me something to show up to for myself. It gave me something to hold myself accountable. See, I didn't sit back and wait for someone to tell me what I needed to do. I just figured it out. Let me just go on this 100-day to prosperity journey. And the whole purpose is to prove to people that I could get started as someone new and in 100 days have a whole new level of prosperity. And here's the thing. I knew I was going to win. I knew that I was going to show people what was possible. It wasn't about getting rich or making a bunch of money. I wanted to prove that in 100 days, someone that knew nothing, right, could experience growth, some level of results, some level of success. I had no idea it was going to go that well for me. So I created the event. I shot the videos daily, uploaded them to YouTube daily, and shared them right on this like little social media place. So I was getting like double exposure. I just created a plan. Did I know if it was working? It was going to be perfect. Did I have all the answers? Did I have it figured out? No, I just did, right? I just did it. And again, 30 days, 28 sales. But I was able to get such a fast start because of that element of being able to promote something I didn't have to create. And I was able to earn all of the money. When that first sale came in on day number 3, I was like, oh, I can do this. Where there's one sale, there's hundreds of sales. And that was still very small thinking. But the idea that someone would buy from me that didn't know me from some content I put on YouTube blew my mind. Blew my mind. So I gave myself the win that I needed to give myself early on to convince myself that I could, in fact, win with this. Right? Keisha says, where were your results after 100 days? So I got started August 26th of 2007. Okay, so August 26th of 2007. And all I can tell you is that we moved from our tiny little apartment into a house. Right. And that was a combination of my online earnings, as well as my husband was working overtime to help us with this move, but my online earnings. So we were able to do that. I had a community of over 500 people by that time. 500 people that I was emailing every single night. These are people that bought from me. These were people that bought from me. These were my customers. So I had a customer base of right over 500 people, right, during that span of time. I was doing nightly conference calls, right, to inspire them and to empower them, to share what was working and to sell other people, right, on our money-making opportunities. So yeah, there you go. I had paid off our payday loans. We both had annoying payday loans that we just couldn't shake. Y'all know if you've ever been in that rat race, right? It's hard to get out of them. I was able to pay off our payday loans. I had no savings, okay? I mean, no savings, y'all. I was like, what, 33 at the time? No savings. Envelope, stack full of cash. So I was able to start putting money away, right? And that's what we were doing, just stacking cash away. So yeah, like, is that helpful? So my 100-day results were remarkable. Yeah, they were remarkable. You guys, the biggest thing with that for me is I proved myself that I could win. I proved myself that I could do this. I gave myself a recollection of what winning felt like. Right? I walked the walk and I began to be an example for other people almost immediately. I built a community. I built a buying base. I built a base of people that continued to buy from me, that trusted me. Another milestone is that at that time we had went on no family vacations, right? We had just relocated to Florida from California in 2004. So the first few years here was like, relocation, going to nursing school, all of those things. So, and our kids were little at the time. My daughter wasn't even in school and my son was in, my daughter was in first grade. I think my son was in third grade or something like that, but no family vacations up until then. And that during that 100 days, we went on our first little family getaway vacation, which was amazing, right? It just set the milestone, it set the pace for so many milestones. Y'all, I remember again, 33 years old, and I kept saying, I'm going to buy my first Coach bag. I'm going to buy my first Coach bag. And I kept saying, I can't wait. Well, we had planned a trip to Destin, right? Again, during all this time. And I was like, when we go to Destin, I'm going to the Coach outlet store. And that's where I bought my first little Coach bag. Like all of these things I remember, right? And again, it's all because like I gave myself the breathing room of extra money by starting the business and following through, right? And making things happen. Like, no, did I get rich overnight? No, but like, really, who cares about that stuff? I know so many people that would just like to win the way that I won when I first got started. And y'all, what's so exciting now is like when I think about what we have our hands on with this digital marketing course, so many people need this. They don't know what is what. They don't know how to get started. They don't know the lingo. They don't know the vocab. They don't know the platforms. They don't know what to do. They don't know. They need people. They need something to guide them. There are so many people in the dark. So what I love about this digital marketing course is it's a digital product that's in very, very high demand. It's in high demand. Everyone wants to get their piece of the pie. They just don't know how to go about it. And here's the thing, y'all, write this down. Digital marketing is the way for everybody. Digital marketing is the way for everybody, no matter what you want to sell. So the desire is out there and the demand is out there. How do you want to position yourself in all of this? And there are people that are popping up every single day. They're taking this course seriously, taking the information seriously, and changing their lives very, very quickly. Why not you? Why not you? Right? So if you would love to get started in this way, if you're like, Steph, you've told me everything I need to know, everything I need to hear. Right? I need this course. I need to learn these skills. I need to get myself set up. Right? You also lock in free mentorship. Right? My mentorship hub, office hours every Tuesday, additional pop-up trainings and support, right? To help you on your journey. It's all there for you. Extra, no extra charge. I'm here to help the winners win because to me, it is the winning season. I'm here to help the winners win. I'm here to help the cream rise to the top. Right? I'm here to help those that maybe have been struggling, haven't figured out, haven't known where to get started. I want to help you make your first $10,000 online. I want to help you start making consistent money online. I want to help you get to $10,000 months. Right? I want to help you start winning for yourself. And what's so funny about this course and my mentorship, I don't make a dime off of anyone. So it's like you buy the course from me, yes, and I make the $500 because we get to sell the course as our own. But as you go out there and make money for yourself, I don't make a dime from it. Like I literally do what I do because I'm making good on my promise from 2007. And my whole focus is to help people get it, to help people understand what this is all about and how to get their share simply. Like that is it. It's not as easy as people think, but it's also not as hard, right? It is right in the middle. But if you decide not to get what you need, it does become very hard, very difficult. There's not a whole lot of sustainability, meaning people don't create it because they don't know how to create it. That's where this course and where I come in to help you create the sustainability. So if you ever do want to walk away from your job or just know that your business is good for X amount of dollars a month, that you can build that, but you've got to know how to build it. You've got to settle your booty down. Right? And learn what it is that you got to learn and get intentional about this. It's not going to happen any other way. All right. So you guys, literally, for me, two things. Not only this is how I discovered and knew this business would work for me, right? But it's how I decided on like this being the best plan for me, the best business for me. And now like that's how I describe my business, right? I have a 6-figure a year online business. Right? By helping other people who want to make money online. Like, why lie about it? Why hide? I make money by helping people who want to make money online. Because they got to learn how. Someone's got to teach them. Someone's got to put them onto it. And that's what I do. And believe it or not, that same availability is there for you as well. You can make it more complicated if you want to. Keisha said, were you using the roadmap at that time? No. So in 2007, no, the roadmap was not a thing. I wish, and that's why I tell people now, what I do now, it's for the Steph Perez of many, many years ago. No, I had a very simple little ebook that I learned from, and then I began to sell that because they gave us the opportunity to sell it. No, the roadmap is very new. So, as far as I think 2000 or 2024, I think 2023 is when it actually started. So I think they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. So, yeah. So I do what I do now because I know for a fact, had I had this, again, it had me. And again, had someone kicking this knowledge, I could have done 6 figures in my first year. Because as I look back, I had everything, the momentum, the people, the following, right? The trust factor. I had everything. And that's what I want to help new people realize for themselves now. I want to help you build that momentum, right? Get in that rhythm and flow and not lose it. Because that's one of my biggest regrets is losing it because I lost focus, shiny object syndrome, all the things I talked about. Right? So I encourage you, go to goprowithsteph.com down below in the description and get in. $500 one time. You can get started with PayPal. You can get started with debit or credit card. You can also get started with Afterpay and Klarna if you need to split up your payments to help you in getting started now. Okay? Even if you get started with Afterpay or Klarna, you still get full access to everything. All right. Nothing's dripped to you. Nothing is held out. You just get to spread your payments out. That's the luxury of Klarna and Afterpay. And within our training, you're going to learn exactly how to get that conversion strategy set up in your business as well, so that you can offer the power of payment plans without it being a risk on you, right, to your buyers as well. It's going to help you make a lot more money. Trust me. So everything that you see me doing, my entire business setup, everything about my business is learnable, right? If you decide to get your hands, right, on this digital marketing course. You can promote it just like I do. You can make money from it just like I do. You can get set up for online business success just like I do. You can point people to your link down below in your description or your bio, right? Or your link tree, just like I'm doing now. You can send them over to your website to learn more about buying this course. They can buy the course directly from you and you can make the $500, right? The emails that you'll receive once you opt in, you can have those emails too. Everything about my business outside of me, you can replicate, you can duplicate. So this isn't about, well, Steph, how am I going to learn how to do what you do? You invest the $500 into yourself, get access to my mentorship as well, right? And the world opens up to you to be able to duplicate and to model what you see me doing, right? You take the first step and I got your back. Right? You take the first step and I got your back. Yes. And the one thing, Keisha, I will say is that last year when I pivoted, for anyone that might not know, I had a coaching business. And so I had, a huge library of my own digital products. I had a mentorship and a coaching community that was my primary business. And I decided that I was no longer fulfilled with it. And so literally in June, I was like, I want a different business model. And I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted something more passive. I wanted to make evergreen sales. I wanted a business of my own, which is funny. That's my store name now, is a business of my own. But I really wanted something of my own that wasn't dependent upon clients. I wanted to be able to show up, do videos, go live, and have people buy stuff from me. I just knew that's what I wanted. It was that simple to me. No elaborate vision and fancy words. I wanted to be able to do videos, go live, and sell something. And when the roadmap was presented to me, I was like, wait a second, am I being punked here? This is crazy. This is crazy. And so I got in, I knew it was the thing my people needed. I got set up wicked fast, and I just put together my plan to begin sharing it and never look back. So even from that, I cut my coaching business down. I'm like, end of the year, we're done. So I made a hard pivot. And I managed to get this business to $10,000 months within just a few months. I think 2.5, 3 months. Again, all because, and here's the thing, even with that, I followed the same plan. Learn from the information, use what I already knew, and got out there and just created excitement, turned people on to this. The exact same thing. Exact same thing. I'm just a little further ahead, but the exact same thing. And in many instances, I have started over because the majority of my buyers are people that did not know me even a month ago, did not know me in 2023. They're discovering me because of the action that I take on a daily consistent basis, which means each and every one of you can decide to win like this too. Right? You can get started, follow a game plan like this, inspire other people, and people can, right, be primed to buy from you. The biggest question is, will you do it? Will you make the same kind of decisions that I made, right? Because your growth is non-negotiable, because where you want to go is non-negotiable, right? So I really hope you guys are leaving better than when you came. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out and kicking it with me tonight. I really hope this has been helpful. If you're ready to make that decision, right, for yourself, right, to go all in, to come into this winning season, right? Doesn't matter how 2024 started for you. Are you willing to get after the rest of 2024? All right. What are you going to be clinking glasses to on December 31st? Right. There's a lot of year ahead of us. Are you going to squander it? Or are you going to go for it? All right, you're ready to learn the digital marketing skills that pay the bills and learn the business of online business, and you will have help and guidance along with the course. Go to goprowithsteph.com, right? Get your booty in the course, and we'll lock you into the mentorship. All right, have a fantastic night, you guys. Take action. Look forward to celebrating your success. See you inside the community, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.